Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Today I have a car that I got asked a lot about, and finally I have it. This is the Rolls-Royce Wraith Black Badge. So first of all, I'm going to show you the key of the car, and the key is the premiumest key I've ever touched. You have the unlock, you have the lock, you have the trunk opening, you have the panic button, and you have the Rolls-Royce badge at the back. The car's key is actually really expensive feeling because obviously it's a key of a Rolls-Royce. Let's start with the front and the bottom. So you have this opening here that's actually for the ventilation of the engine, and the V12 engine needs a lot of cooling. You have parking sensors at the front, and then you have the grille, the iconic Rolls-Royce grills. Rolls-Royce kept their grills same pretty much from the front till now. It's straight down, it's open, and it ventilates the engine. You have the Rolls-Royce badge on top of the grille, and because it's the black badge model, the entire grille is in black. You have some lights here and your main headlights that I'm going to show you in a bit. But if you come up, you have your spirit of ecstasy right there. But if someone tries to steal it, it's obviously going to go inside. You have this line that all the way continues till the back from your spirit of ecstasy, and this two-tone color with this gloss and matte paint actually looks good. Now I'm going to get inside, turn on the full headlights. So, if I talk about the lights, there are two different lights for the Rolls-Royce Wraith. One was the previous pre-facelifted light that was from the first generation till the 2015 model. But after 2015, you have the facelifted light. So you have this daytime running light full covering here with your main projector setup, and this is with your high beam. And then if you go down, you have your RR written on the headlights. Then if you go down, you have the hazards here, but when you turn it off, it works as a daytime running light as well. Overall, the car's front is pretty nice, but let's come to safety. It has adaptive lane keep assist and adaptive automatic stop, and it has parking sensors and cameras at the front. It's pretty nice. Now I'm going to open the hood. That you have to do it from the driver's side. After you open the hood from the inside, there is a small strut here. If you just tap that, the hydraulic struts are going to get up the hood. Now let's come to the car's engine. All of the Rolls-Royce models get the same engine, and the Rolls-Royce models are, their SUV is the Rolls-Royce Cullinan, their sedans are the Rolls-Royce Ghost and the Rolls-Royce Phantom, and the successor of the Rolls-Royce Wraith is the Rolls-Royce Spectra. The Rolls-Royce Dawn is discontinued, but its new generation didn't come yet. Now let's come to this engine, or all of the engine of the Rolls-Royces. It's a 6.6 liter V12 engine that's placed in the front of the car, but it's closer to the cabin for the weight distribution. With that, you have the 7-speed automatic transmission, and all of the power is going to the rear wheels. Except the Spectra, all of the Rolls-Royce get this engine because the Spectra is electric, and it is producing 605 horsepower and 604 pound-feet of torque total. And then if you come closer, you could see the main engine, and this is the most quietest engine you can ever buy. You have your V12 written here with the lines that all the way go back, 6 in this side, 6 in that side. You have the intercoolers here with Rolls-Royce written on top. You have the strut bars that are holding the engine tight, and then this is where you pour your engine oil. It says RR on top of it. This is where your windshield wiper washer goes. That's where your battery is for your positive. And you have insulation on the top like I mentioned. Now let's close the hood. One thing about this is a rear-wheel drive car, and it's pushing more than 600 plus horsepower. So when you put full throttle, it goes full burnout mode. But when you lock the car, the spirit of ecstasy actually goes in like that, and when you unlock the car, it comes back out. So for the side, Don't consider a coupe car that won't be long, because Rolls-Royce Wraith is actually long. It is more than 208 inches. Now let's come to the front wheels. So the wheels on this Rolls-Royce Wraith are the standard wheels that it gets. But what's cool about Rolls-Royce wheels is the center cap doesn't move. The RR always stays still. You have a 6-piston brake that are ventilated, and the front disc thickness is 14.7 inches, and the front brakes, the front wheels. Continental is actually owned by Rolls-Royce and BMW, so they're using their own tire, and these are Conti Sport Contact 5s that are actually for the winter, and the winter's here, so it has winter tires. It's a good thing about the car. And overall, the front wheels with this black on black on black is actually really good. And the front wheels are 255 40 CR21s. If we get up from there, if you look at a straight angle, just look at the front design of the car with the two-tone paint and the aerodynamics they created. And you obviously have rain sensing wipers, if I didn't mention that. Then you have this is your Rolls-Royce emblem for the side and the indicator for your hazards, and then you have this chrome bar all the way. This is a light placement that projects at night. You have your keyless entry here, and this is how you open the door. It's pretty cool. And what's cool about opening the door of a Rolls-Royce is because when you open the door, you have a umbrella slot here. So if you just press that, your umbrella comes out. And this is the most expensive umbrella you can get on any car because it's a Rolls-Royce, except if a Bugatti gives you a umbrella. So there is your RR, and this is the most configurable umbrella you can buy. Put this back in its place. So if you just put this straight up, it goes in like that. And for closing the door, it obviously has soft door close, but the new Spectra, if you just press it, it's going to close it. If you just push this, there you go. That's simple how it is. The full window trims are in this black color with your till the front, and the winter mirrors are pretty simple because it has blind spot monitoring and it is heated. The full on top of the car and the boot and the hood is in a different color, and the sides are the different color. Rolls-Royce invented two-tone color cars. Rear wheels are 285 35 CR21s. Brakes are a little smaller, it's 13.7 inches, and rear suspension is multi-ring suspension with air springs, and it has a rear limited slip differential too. And for the fuel tank, if the car is unlocked, just press here, it opens up, then you can fill up your 105 liter fuel tank for the Rolls-Royces. I mean all the Rolls-Royces except the Spectra. Now I'm going to show you the car's rear. And before we go, just look at the aerodynamics of the side, like how good it actually looks. Now I'm going to show you the car's rear. So let's start from the bottom. You have the exhaust that are actually functional, and it has this black covers because of black badge. You have 4 sensors at the back with your towing hook, and then if you get up, you have the Rolls-Royce logo here with your reversing camera placed there and your number plate slot down there. And then if you go up, you have your upper stop brake light, and your rear windshield is heated. Now I'm going to get inside, turn on the rear tail lights, and you have this very nice cover that's actually in black, but on the normal Wraith it is in chrome. This is the black badge, that's why it's in black. Now I'm going to get inside and turn on the rear lights. So the rear lights are pretty simple. You just have your hazards that blink, and this full thing illuminates. Different is for North American cars, you have this side illuminating reflector. That's pretty much it. Now I'm going to see is the Rolls-Royce very practical or not, and you can open the boot with your leg with the key and a button placed here. And the power tailgate opens up, and it reveals the most practical coupe car with 700 liters of space here. You have your floor mats here and your tire repair kit, that's from a BMW. But if you look at the underfloor storage, you have pretty much nothing except your emergency triangle and your tools for opening the wheel. If you go on top, you have the button for closing your boot, and you have the button for closing the boot and locking the car. And this is actually a boat tail, but it actually looks like a Wraith as well. And then if you press this, it slowly closes down. Now let's get inside the Rolls-Royce Wraith. Now let's get inside the car for the interior. So when you open the door actually opens quite wide, and then I can close the door powerfully with a button that's here. Let's start from the dash. So first of all, you have a tweeter placement there with your AC vent, and this is for your closer and opener for your AC vent. And then full gloss black treatment until here with your RR and your Wraith written, and with your optional extra clock. Then if you go down, you have your lockable glove box with decent amount of room. And then if you close that, we come to the car's seats. You have RR embossed on the headrest with this two-tone leather seats, and you have pipelines as well, so it's a pretty high spec car, to be honest. And then if you come up, you have your seat controls on the side, and then if you come up, you have decent amount of room under your center armrest. And then if you close this, you have a cigarette lighter and a storage for your ashtray, and you have your cup holders placement there, and everything is metal inside here. This is for your infotainment system controller, this is your hazards, this is for locking and unlocking the car, this is for your car's air suspension. And now I will show you the car's infotainment system. So now I'm going to show you the infotainment of the Rolls-Royce Wraith. So for that, I'm going to turn the car on. So foot on the brake, pressing the start button, and there the car turns on. The infotainment is actually a BMW iDrive under the skin, but it has been configured to be a Rolls-Royce infotainment. So first of all, you have your, let's close that message, your navigation with this very nice animations, your media and radio, your communications, your notifications, your applications, and your vehicle. Except vehicle, it's pretty much simple because it has Apple CarPlay. In vehicle settings, you can control a lot of more stuff, but the only thing I will show you is the spirit of ecstasy. So if I want, I can lower the spirit of ecstasy from here, and I can raise it from here as well. And I can also keep it on automatic. So that's pretty much it, but it's pretty configurable of your vehicle normal settings, like your doors, climate features, vehicle tracking, and everything. You can do that from this. But what's cool is you have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, so it's pretty easy to control this car. And this is actually a Rolls-Royce Wraith inside. Pretty nice, right? Yes. Then if we come down from that, you have two AC vent placement here. This is a blaster. This is for turning off the vents and closing the vents. Then you have your touch sensitive favored buttons here. This is your CD input. This is for the car's volume knob, and this is for the turning the infotainment off and turning it on. Then if we go down, this is your entire AC control. So this is your wind speed. So you have off, soft, medium, high, and max. It's on max. The wind's coming really high, but the sound isn't. So I'm just going to leave it on soft for both sides. This is for your heated seats for both sides, and your ventilated seats for both sides. I'm going to turn my heated seats on. This is for the rear windshield heater, front windshield heater, your no outside air coming inside, and your AC off. And this is for the temperature. So you just move this around. And for people who want to keep it 24, this is it. You have to just keep it on the middle. It's pretty simple, pretty nice. You have your parking brake here. This is for your hold. This is for your exterior cameras. So this is for both of the side cameras like I showed you before. And then this is your start button. This is your rear view mirror that's auto dimmed. You have your light placements here for turning those on. Press this buttons, and then if you press this, the entire bar turns on. And this is fully in chrome. The vanity mirrors are pretty small with a bright light though. But what's cool is the microphones and the handles for the grab handles are actually in this full leather and metal. And just look at the Starline roof that Rolls-Royce and Rolls-Royce have. The only company that has Starline roof from company, that's Rolls-Royce. We're pretty much done with that. Now let's come to a steering wheel. Steering wheel is fully leather strapped, and it is tilt and telescopic, fully powered. That's pretty nice. And then you have some short buttons like your volume, your cruise control, and this is for your shortcut buttons for that. Pretty simple, pretty nice. Now I'm going to show you the car's instrument cluster. So for the instrument cluster, foot on the brake, pressing the start button, and the steering wheel slowly comes down and it turns on. The instrument cluster is pretty simple. You know why? You have your engine temperature here. This is for your fuel gauge, and it's in full analog, but it's classy. This is your speedo. Top speed is 150 mile per hour, 240 kilometers. It says RR at the center. Then you have your foot power reserved. So when you push the full gas, it goes to 0. So it depends how much you're pressing on the gas, so how much power is reserved for you. This is off for all the gears, and this is the gear knob that's placement on the right side. So if I put it on drive, it says drive. If I put it on neutral, it goes to neutral, and this is for reverse, and the reversing camera comes on with adaptive guidelines. And then this is back to park, kind of Mercedes style. You have your outside temperature and the car's total mileage, as you can see there. And then if you go on the other side, you can see how much miles it can go with the fuel it has, and all your warning lights on the other side. So you have your digital screen down here and your analog dials on the top. A very classy feature. You have the car's high beam and hazards here, and this is your gear knob and for your windshield wiper controls. Pretty simple, pretty nice. And then if you go up, you have the heads-up display, but the heads-up display is it's not working right now because this car went to service. Now I'm going to show you the car's door. First of all, you have your AC vent here with your closer and opener. Then you have your headlight controls here with your different warning lights. As you can see here, you can turn those on and off. And then if you go up, these are actually the buttons for closing the doors for both of the sides and opening the boot, as you can see there. And then there's a vent here for the defogger, and then if I open the door, I just pull on the handle and there it opens. But before that, you can see the 2 tweeters, and this is for identifying if the car is locked or not. Now let's open the door. As it's a Wraith, the door opens like this, so I can show you the door in a very easier way. So the door is pretty simple. You have full leather until here. This is your door handle, and this is for identifying if the car is locked or unlocked. This full panel is in leather. You have some storage placement here. This is for controlling the left side. These are your memory seats and your massage seats, your window openers, window lockers, and your exterior mirror controls. And that's pretty much it. And now let's come outside, but before that I have to show you the rear seats. So if we're going to the rear seats, I just have to lift this panel, and then this part comes up, and then I can lift or press the button for getting the seat front, and then I can get inside and I can show you the rear seats. So the rear seats are pretty decently comfortable because you have enough room, and it's a 2-seater configuration, so you have a little bit of storage here, and it's actually a 4-zone climate control. So you have your climate for the back here as well, as you can see, with your AC vents, and then you have your cup holders and your cigarette lighters for the back. Pretty nice, pretty simple. And you have the starlight roof. You can turn it off and turn it on from this button, and the starlight roof is on. And then you have the speakers for the back, and there's the window placement there. That's actually for the window. So if you just press this, the window opens and you can kind of enjoy the side. Now let's exit the car because we're pretty much done, but I have to lift the window up first. But that you have to do it from the front too. So now let's exit the car because we're done. Let's close the door from here, and soft door close obviously. And here we are at. So if you like this review, make sure you hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe. Thanks to Luxury of Queens for providing this car to me. Until then, I will see you at the next review. Make sure you follow all my socials at the description. Until then, Assalamu alaikum.